Hello everyone, we have a special treat today on Command versus DCS. We're going to be doing a multiplayer mission. We're joined today by somebody from the 504th Virtual Fighter Squadron. Say hi.
Hey, what's going on?
And he's going to be providing us with seed and deed activities today. We, on the flip side, we have to be the mud movers. We're going to be doing a precision strike all the way up there at Bandura Bass at the main oil fields right outside. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, a good amount of this level has actually been randomly generated. So this might go amazing. This might be a complete cluster truck. So we'll kind of go ahead and find out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unpause everything. We're going to take it to the air. I'm going to join up with the seed flight, and then we're going to head on out. Okay, I'm going to be starting at the airport directly behind you in case you're curious.
All right.
So, I mean, if you want to do the donut, that's fine. If you want to go ahead, that's fine also. The key element here is there are so many possibilities for a lot of bad guys. So let's hope that things go fairly well as far as that goes.
Can you just confirm you still need to take off?
I'm taking off in, I'll probably be on the runway in about 10 seconds.
Okay, I'll just slow down then.
Yeah.
250.
Okay, good. And this will also be in TAC view, so we can check it out later. So we're going to go ahead and get airborne. There's a significant number of packages already kind of on their way. There's an American carrier group that's going to be helping us out with some Harriers and F-18s. For escort today, the Pakistani Air Force is helping us out a little bit here, providing us with some JF-17s. So it'll be very interesting to evaluate the performance of those in just a second. All right, going to swing on the runway. We do have a pretty strong crosswind today, so it's going to make things a little bit more interesting. I'm going to hold up for my teammate for just a second here. Let's go ahead and take a peek. You coming, or are you just going to be chilling? He's coming. You can probably see me down on the runway right there. Are you getting any mud yet?
I'm sorry.
Waiting. Go ahead.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah. Picking up anything yet?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just setting up my man-in-the-loop missile.
Gotcha.
Dropping some coordinates.
I'm just going to be pre-programming my countermeasure systems as well as my altitude warnings and my bingo. Countermeasure system. We want to... We'll be airborne in just a second. We're just waiting for the teammate behind me to get caught up. Whoops. There we go. Whoops. All right. Why is that not frustrating? There we go. Okay, everything's ready to go, and I believe my teammate has caught up to me. Nicely done, teammate. All right. Let's get rolling. F-16 Strikers airborne.
Yep. Okay. I think I just passed you.
Yeah, just watch you go by. I can hold tight if you like. I can orbit.
No, it's fine. I can catch up to you.
Okay. I'm going to bring it up to about 25,000 for just kind of the general cruise. I'll probably drop down to about 15. We're not carrying any PGMs, so it's going to be a little old-fashioned, but that's all right.
Sure, no problem.
All right, just give me a heads up if you spot anything. Okay, we're good to go. Just setting everything up right now. Obviously, when you're using Mark 84s, you want to make sure you drop both. If you only drop a single one of them, unfortunately, it becomes very difficult to safely operate this airplane with a wingspan this small. All right, I'm going to shut that off.
All right, I'm pushing to 0.1. I'll climb to 10,000 feet so I can get some altitude so I can drop my missiles and then go back low.
Sounds good, copy. Nails 21 north.
Roger.
Okay. Going to be over the IP in 730. All right, just checked in with AWACS. It looks like there's 3 possible groups right now. We're looking at one bullseye 090 for 2 at 15. We got another one 041 for 1 at 20. So that one's basically right at Bender Boss. And it looks like there's a third group that is a little bit to the west, but they're a really long distance away at this point.
Okay, copy that.
Mud North, we got an SA2.
Copy, working on that.
Mud North again, it looks like a Hawk. And a Rapier.
Rapier. Okay.
I wouldn't worry about the Rapier. I'm way too high for it. It's the 2 and the Hawk that I'm concerned with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, everything's looking good. Now, can you describe to us roughly what you're doing?
Right now, I'm actually inputting the coordinates for the man-in-the-loop missile. We'll just drop it, and when it's roughly 5 nautical miles out of the designated targets, I will take control over the missile and try to kill the enemy radar. And then we'll just need to warm up my LD-10s, which are the arms, and then just go to get some radars.
Excellent. Yeah, taking a look at the data link image right here. I don't know if you get the same kind of threat circles that we do. It looks like it's an overlocking over there. Basically, the SA2 that's far to the west is probably not going to be much of a threat. However, the 2 Hawk batteries and the SA2 is clearly in the line of fire there. And it also looks like we've got Nails F5 coming from, it looks like, the west.
Yeah, to have that information on my RWR.
Okay, excellent. Again, I'm not 100% sure. And for our viewers at home, it's just kind of interesting to kind of hear what's going through. This is the calm before the storm, as they say. I've got a second SA2 also. Yikes.
Copy.
And he's looking right back at me again. Go away.
Okay. Okay, so I will be launching my cruise missiles right now. So there's one, there's the second one. I will warm up my LD-10s, and then I'll be launching them as well.
Okay. Can you give me an ETA on that hitting?
Just give me a second here. Okay, can you please say again?
Could you give me an ETA on the strike?
Sure. ETA, roughly 2.5 minutes.
Okay. I'm 2 minutes and 40 seconds out, so.
For some reason here, I'm sorry. You can see that I have fuel of 1800, so we'll have to make this quick.
Okay. I don't remember changing that, but okay.
Kind of weird. Yeah.
Is that in kilograms or pounds? Because kilograms you could probably
Kilograms.
manage. Pounds is a little nerve-wracking.
Okay, I'm just fencing in right now, just
Copy.
turning off some lights.
Yeah, we're going to be in the lethal radius of the Hawk in not long.
Still got 2 minutes for the LD-10s to work
Copy.
in that.
All right. Fortunately, the sun has just come up and it's possible to see. I can roughly guess where the rapier is. It's probably on that small island to the south of Benderboss. But basically, the SA-2 is staring right at me right now. Just slightly outside of its effective range right now. We could probably do a quick circle until you got a better shot.
Okay, just go for it if you feel like it's just 1 or 2 circles until I get the range for the man-in-the-loop missiles.
Copy.
And roughly, let me see here, 1 minute and 15 for the LD-10s to
Okay.
warm up so I can launch them.
All right, anchoring at Bulls. I'm actually going to check in with AWACS real quick and see what's going on. Yeah, that SA-2 really wants to take a shot, but I'll wait. Yeah, the nearest enemy group is 70 nautical miles away. Doing the math on top of my head, that's about 3.5 minutes.
Okay, then we have plenty of time still. Can you please say your...
Say again?
Can you please say your angel?
Angels 29.
29, copy. I'll be climbing to Angel's 10 because I was at...
Okay.
Angel.
The Harriers should be arriving on station in about a minute and a half also, so you may see them. Unfortunately, it looks like one of them just got knocked down. Yikes.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, I do have visual on you guys. You are...
We're probably marking pretty bad, aren't we? Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just kind of anchoring at the bullseye here. I don't want to get too close to that SA-2. Not that that's the danger. It's the Hawk that's going to get us.
Mm-hmm. I'll take care of the Hawk in a while.
Yeah, the SA-2 you can basically just fly parallel to, and it can't, or perpendicular rather, and it can't do anything to you. And there's only 6 rounds, so it can be pretty patient. All right. Would you like us to take another orbit, or?
I think when you finish that orbit, I'll have control of the missile. It has been
Copy.
10 nautical miles until I have control.
Copy. Excellent. It's going to be fun to watch in TAC view because, you know, we only see it for doing a big air donut, and you've got all the fun.
Yeah.
Whoa. I've got, what's this? What is this? What is this? Hold on. 2 bogeys, northwest, about 75 nautical miles. Altitude is 25,000.
Okay, I do have control over the man in the loop, so just give me a second here.
Yeah, the SA2 is not looking at me anymore. Okay, we're heading in. Okay. Yeah, those two bogeys are getting closer, about 40 nautical miles. They're not showing up on the
Okay, one
RWR, though.
radar is down.
Say again?
One radar down.
Sorry, I missed that. What is it?
Okay. I will be launching my LD-10s now. One of the Hawks radar.
Excellent. Good job. All right, we're heading. Oh, SAM launch, Bender Bass West.
Copy. I'll launch my missiles right.
Looks like two of them. Nails 14 northwest. Uh-oh. All right, we're making our run. We're about 2 minutes, 30 seconds out.
Copy.
We're going to do one pass. I'm going to save it. Give me 100-foot spacing. And we're going to go ahead and make sure we do 2 pair. Actually, no. 4, enter. Okay. In business.
Copy.
Still getting a warning from an SA2 to the west, but he's way out of range, I think.
To the west, okay. Because
Go ahead.
what I want to do is I wanted them to lock me, so my missiles have an option where they will self-protect themselves. So any radar that's locking the aircraft, they will just go straight.
Better
I'm
you
not
than me.
getting any kind of nails. Yeah.
All right, we're getting in position now. I'm going to check with my buddy real quick. All right, wingman, do it. All right, this is the fun part. Oh, I don't like this part at all. Yeah, tons of search radars, and there's only one SA2 tracking radar out there, but it's not looking at me. But I am getting... What is that? I've got 2 F5s west. Uh-oh.
I am launching.
Copy. Less than a minute to the target. Yep, I got visual on target. Here we go.
Magnum. Yeah, I have
Bombs away.
visuals on Bandit.
Bombs away.
Copy. Engaging Bandit.
Can you give me
F5.
some more information on that bandit?
Yeah, Bandit is Angels 8 on a heading of 315.
Tally bandit.
Splash 1.
Good shot. Yeah, I got him. The other one's on the right.
I'm blind on the second one.
Can't. Where is
I
he?
got
Where
him
is he?
missiling bombs. Roxmate defensive.
I can't get him. Somebody just got him. Is that you?
Still getting being launched at. Still engaging defensive. Going west right now. Over the port. Low. Angels. Okay, I still have two LD-10s that I can launch at any kind of possible SAM site still. I'm not getting any kind of nails or lock on my
I'm just getting an
aircraft.
F-14 on F-14 west. Pair of F-14s west. We are RTB.
I need to RTB ASAP.
Get
I'm
us out of
really
here. Just go.
low on fuel.
All right, I
The
think we
Magnum just launching my last missiles and
copy.
RTBing.
Wow, look at the fire. I'm pleased to report positive effect on target. Looks like we were just a little to the left, but it looks like we got a fire, so I'm not complaining. All right, we're getting out of here.
Okay, I'm climbing to probably 20,000 feet so I can get some altitude in case I run out of fuel.
Yep.
I can glide back to
That's going to be the exciting part. All right, let's do it.
probably just land at Kasab,
Yeah,
the one between
whatever
the mountains.
works. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. There we go. All right, I'm actually very close to bingo myself. That's what you get for flying the F-16.
The great thing about the Jeff is that you can have a flight plan based on your fuel. So you have bingo fuel, it will just automatically give you the nearest airport you can land it, and will automatically set up all the radios and ILS frequency.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like some pretty nice stuff there. I still got nails 14, but I'm pretty confident we're just going to outrun them.
Copy.
I'm looking behind me to look for that telltale smoke trail. And I don't think they're going to get us. Not today, anyway. Checking behind me again real quick. No surprises, please. Oh, that freaked me out for a second. Somebody's contrail just suddenly appeared. Yikes, don't do that to me. I think we might get away with this. We might just get away with this. All right, cool. So for the viewers at home, sorry I'm a little quieter than I usually am. I know I can be quite annoying. But that gets a little stressful, as you can probably tell. And I got to admit that JF-17 did a wonderful job, mostly because of its wonderful pilot out of making this nice and easy for us to just choo-choo right out of here. If I was a little more paranoid, I'd basically stand on the throttle, but I get the feeling those F-14s are going to be pretty close to out of fuel if they're going to try to catch up to us, because they're coming all the way from Shiraz, so I'm not too concerned. Any comments, by the way?
I think it was a really successful strike, even though for some reason I had low fuel. I managed to drop two man-in-the-loop missiles. One of them hit the radar, the Hawk radar, and the other one I missed because when you're trying to use it in conjunction with the data link pods, the image gets really shaky and it's hard to control the missile.
That's why I chose not to do LGBs, because I know how the TGP is in the F-16.
Yeah.
That's a little bit too much work.
Yeah, and the other LD-10 missiles, they managed to hit the radars because they have this, what do you call it, functionality, probably, that they will actually trace the nearest aircraft that's active and just guide themselves into it, so you don't have to worry about choosing.
Yeah. Nails F4, by the way. Seems half of the Iranian Air Force is chasing us right now. So fingers crossed on that. I also got a Patriot missile warning, which is a good thing. No, I would say the timing was pretty tight. I mean, we had to do one orbit before we could do our run-in, but that was great. That was really, very tight, and that was awesome. Very professional. I'm actually going to take a look around real quick. There we go. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Awesome. I know that there's a Phantom following us, and there's an F-14 behind us somewhere, so I'm kind of looking behind me, being a little paranoid here. I don't know if you're getting any warnings from your RWR.
No, RWR East side.
You getting none? Interesting.
Nope. Yeah.
I'm sure those F-18s to our west or east, I should say, are probably having all the fun, but that's all right. All right, let's see if I can identify where you are out there. So when we go to do this mission in command, oops, sorry.
I'm sorry.
No,
when
go
you
ahead.
said, are you getting any kind of information? I'm getting tracking info. It means that radar is have been launched at for some reason.
Get out of there.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Same. Thank you for pointing that out. There's an
I'm
F4
diving.
making. I'm going to go ahead and tell my flight to go ahead and cover me, just in case there's something they see that I don't. There's definitely something looking for us. I'm going to lose a little bit of altitude, because if it is a Phantom, we just got to get below it, and it's not going to be able to track us very well. As far as our F-14 buddy goes, I don't see any sign of him. Of course, fuel is not exactly in great shape right now. Moving, yeah, something's, no, that's an F-18 that's looking at us right now. Can't even read that. Look behind me. All right, I'll come down for just a second here. Teammate doesn't seem to be too concerned about whatever's behind us. I'm not going to go crazy. It's going to be fun to see this in TAC view later on to see just how close it was when they actually did launch on us. Of course, if it
Oh
is an
yeah,
F4, the only thing we got to worry about is its gun.
definitely.
Those sparrows, as everybody knows, I am not much of a fan of, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Yeah, I'm about to hit bingo, but I'm about 10 miles away, so I'm not complaining too much. How are you doing?
I'm really low on fuel. I'm actually, I think the Jeff works on pounds, and I have
Oh no.
630 pounds. But I think I'm 20 miles out of the airport.
So this is
So
going to have an exciting ending in it.
yeah,
Nice. Also, like how you got the air-to-air kill. That was awesome. Well done. That he was probably as surprised as you were when you saw him. He's like, "Is that
yeah.
a JF-17?"
Sorry.
No. I was gonna say the F5 when he probably just suddenly came out of nowhere. He's like, "Was that a JF-17?"
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure he's very confused. Yeah, I
No,
caught one of them, and then one of my escorts caught the other one after you got that one. So that worked out. That was a little too good because I was struggling with the radar trying to get that at that really close range. But in command, you're not going to see a lot of these issues because basically everybody can magically talk to everybody else simultaneously, which
yeah. No, the thing is that I was looking for the radars because I still had LE10s to launch, and then when you reported the contacts, I just saw him right in front of me, Cobalt. So I just switched to Borside or dogfight mode and just launched at him.
that worked great. Now, like I said, that was good timing. And bingo fuel. I knew it. That's okay. I'm like 30 seconds from landing, so I'm not complaining too much. Unfortunately, you've got the excitement, so good luck. We'll find out what happens. Now, how are you able to identify the locations of the SAM sites with the man in the loop missiles?
Actually, for example, if you have one of the teapots on the JF, okay, tracking. I'm still getting a tracking warning.
I just checked with AWACS. The guy who's looking at us is way too far away. If anything,
Actually,
the
two.
poor F-15s escorting AWACS are having all the fun. Yeah, you'll be all right.
What?
Sorry.
Tracking warning. I don't know.
There's a Patriot
Probably
right
a
in front of us
buddy.
also.
It might be a friendly one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I see two trailers going back.
I'm going to check with AWACS real quick.
Copy.
Let me just go let you know. I'm pretty confident the nearest group is still over Bunderbass. Closest to us is 28 nautical miles. A bullseye 300. Yeah, no problem. They're in the wrong direction. So if he was looking at you, he's certainly not going to get a shot off.
Okay, that's cool.
Are you making it back to the home base, or are you going to come somewhere else?
No, I need to go to the nearest airbase. I think
Okay.
that's Kasab. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In which case, I'm just going to come in normally. Of course, watch me goof up the landing. That'd be so embarrassing. Hey, it happens in the real world. Usually with carrier stuff, though, not with land-based.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and tell my teammate to go ahead and take a break, too. Flight, why don't you go ahead and return to base also? And I think we might just get away from this clean. This went way smoother when there's two people playing it instead of just myself and hoping the AI figures everything out.
Yeah. I mean, plus the capabilities of the JF-17.
Yeah, because I'm impressed.
the
Like I
job
said,
easy.
that missile must be amazing if it just gives you such a good TV view of everything.
Yeah, it does. You can actually switch between TV and IR mode.
Oh, okay. That means you could use it at night too.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried it
And
against a
that
ship?
There's a variant. So actually, this missile, it's called the 802 AKG. Yeah, it's a variant from anti-ship missile. Um, the thing is that they fit it like a TV system, so you can actually guide it in conjunction with the link pods. But this one that I brought today is just a variant of the anti-ship missile. So actually, the JF-17 can use a missile for anti-ship attack.
Is it kind of like a harpoon or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Because I know
Okay.
that Iran has those
Final
basically. Go ahead.
runway. I managed to do it, so I'm just laying down right now and going.
Yep, about a minute and a half from touching the ground. Should probably have done my nice fancy overhead military approach and everything like that, but that's just too fancy for me.
Yeah, I cannot do overhead approach or overhead break because on this airfield is surrounded by mountains. It's like on a valley, so I have to
Yes.
just circle and lose some altitude and speed, and then
They'd be
just
glad it's just windy today and not like hazy or something like that. Oh, there's a dust storm. Well, that would make it safe. That's the problem with the TV guided missile is if it's really, really naughty conditions, it's going to be impossible to use that.
definitely, yeah.
All right, coming around for my landing. I'm a little off, but nobody's grading me today, so too bad. Okay. Yep, that crosswind is still really bad. We had to make an exciting ending, though, right? I wonder what happened with the fuel, because I never actually changed the fuel, so that makes me kind of, what was the difference? And it'll be interesting to see when we do go over to command to see, some of the other differences as well. I get the feeling that the enemy Air Force is going to be a little bit more efficient at catching us, but we'll kind of have to see how that plays out. All right, looks pretty good. Coming a little too fast, but it'll be all right. I hate how short the legs are in the F-16. It's crazy. There we go. Touchdown. And we did it. Okay, I would really, really like to thank my buddy Roxmate here for joining us today. That was amazing having that extra set of hands. I'm really glad things went as well as they did. For a second there, I thought it was going to be F5 meet. And it's just really, really neat. So like I said, hopefully we could do something like this again. Let me know in the comments. Just a minute, we'll go switch over to TAC View and take a look at kind of the end results as kind of what everything happened. And then, of course, we'll go see everything in command a moment later to kind of put one-to-one. Although I get the feeling, like I said, the command version, the bombs are going to go better, but the enemy fighters are going to be more effective. Enjoy. All right, so here we are over in TAC View to take a look at what we just achieved. Again, we'll take a look at it in command in just a second. You can see that everybody's kind of hanging out here on the ground, kind of getting ready to go. Everybody's all set. We got our little Patriots. As far as the random generation goes, I think we got about as bad as we possibly could get. It looks like all the SAM batteries spawned. It looks like 2 ships spawned in too. I wonder what that was about. It looks like we had all the SAM batteries, including the Hawks, which are really scary. It also looks like we have some F5s here. These guys are Jamad. I think we got, F-14s, and of course we also got the F4s, but those guys were pretty far away. So let's go ahead and take a look at kind of what happened here. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot out. So about 3:02 in the morning, that's UTC. Went ahead and took off. I'm going to go ahead and accelerate, and we'll try to see when things start to happen here. Okay, so it looks like our first shooter is our F-18C buddy, and he's probably engaging those 2 MiG-29s. I think those are the MiG-21s, right? Because I remember calling it. I don't remember if you saw them.
Yeah, I know. I didn't saw them. No.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what this was. So these guys must have been a little bit before you got there then. Our 2 F-15 buddies are not. I think at this point you were still kind of orbiting, just kind of looking for me. Let's see here. Nope, there you are. Yeah. So look, taking a look, you were just kind of chilling down there, sort of kind of catching up to me. Of course, I'm going like light speed away from you, but that's okay. And then I want to see exactly the moment when you went ahead and shot that man of the missile. I want to see what that thing looks like in the air. I think that's going to be cool. So it looks like I think this is our first victim, which is probably the MiG-21. I'll speed up time a little bit. He made a good effort. He made a good effort. Nice try. And it looks like also, check this out, our first SAM was launched also at this time, probably going after one of our Harrier buddies. Yep. Now the SA-2 is not that great. Yeah, swing and a miss. Okay, okay, got it. All right, I'm going to pause and rewind just a second. All right, you want to tell me what you're looking at inside the cockpit?
So inside the cockpit, actually you don't see anything because it's already pre-programmed, the coordinates that you can get on the briefing. For example, you can use the coordinates of your pre-planned waypoint and put them on the AKG, and it will just fly straight, and then roughly 5 nautical miles before reaching the designated target, let's say, you actually have control. And then at that time, I managed to steer it roughly to the first Hawk radar, but then the second one actually missed.
That's impressive. You could find that Hawk radar. That's actually kind of good. Good intelligence. Our intel boys did a good job today. So it looks like you do way better job at staying at the same altitude than I do, which is funny because fly a little bit in the real world. I should be okay. So you fired both of these simultaneously. So the idea was to hit one and then quickly switch to the other?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I actually just was because there's an option with the AKG that they can just fly straight and then pop up and then go down. But I didn't choose that option right here. So I was just kind of 5 nautical miles. I was just trying to look for any kind of contacts on the ground.
You got sharp eyes, man. Sharp eyes. Yeah, you can see at this point in our little scenario, we're basically orbiting, waiting for the JF-17s to kind of help us out here. Taking a look at this threat profile, though, I'm kind of glad I waited. That would have been pretty messy. It looks like our buddies over in the Harriers went for it anyway, and you can see they're actually using their GBUs to attack ground targets. I'm sure they were eating missiles half the time, so that might have been why it was such an easy run. Anyway, let's go grab those cruise missiles again. So the hope here is that you're going to hit with one and then quickly grab the other one and steer it into something else important?
Exactly.
Exactly. And you can only carry two of these at a time. Okay, here we go. So it looks like... Whoop. So you got... Oh, look at it go! I didn't know you could do a donut with a missile. What's that? Oh, so close. That was pretty amazing.
The thing is that I was steering like the first one, and then I saw that radar, and I went for it. Then the time that I was trying to control the second one, it just passed the contacts, and then I just quit using the data link pod, and then just went for the LD10. That's why it just kind of lost control there.
Yeah, and then this was the one, the radar had locked you up, and it automatically attacked the radar that was locked onto you?
With the LD10s, yeah, but the thing is that with the RWR on the JEF, they will actually tell you on the moving map where the radars are. So
that's
you
amazing.
Can roughly estimate, where the position of the radars
I was going to say,
are. So you can...
On the F-16, I know in the real world they have the HTS pod, which, for your Falcon BMS people, you're probably familiar with that one. And that thing's amazing, but that's cool that they actually integrate it right into that. So it looks like you got his tracking radar, and it looks like you're going to get the other one as well. And coincidentally, right as your arms, or you should say your arms, are hitting, was the exact moment when I went ahead and did the delivery. So that was perfect timing on your part. I mean, look at this. It's just perfect timing. So that went really well. I'm happy with that.
Nice.
And then, of course, this is right about the time that I was complaining that there was an F5 warning somewhere off to my left. Yeah, we don't actually get a look at the buildings, but the buildings are right there. Nice shot. So then a moment later, oh, look at that. You actually caught him from the side. Now, were you in like air combat mode or anything like that?
The thing is that, as you said, I launched my LD10s and I was paying attention to the radars. At the same time, you were dropping the bomb, so I was to your left when you called for enemy contacts to your left, so they could be
that was
on
perfect. Yeah, look at that. Your positioning was perfect. Just look at that. Actually, I think he was coming after you based on this. But you must have caught him at the last second. See, he turned to come look at me. Or that was when you had already fired. Yeah, he must have been engaged.
And then
yeah, go ahead.
And then you call for enemy contacts, and then I just looked up and I saw like a spot on my head.
Just fire! Yeah. And it looks like one of our escorts. It looks like Topper Harley over there. Yeah, he was actually firing at the same one. Now, meanwhile, I'm actually kind of curious as to what did this guy end up doing? Because I was battling this whole time trying to get him on the radar, but like I just couldn't get the range quick enough. Like you can see me wheeling around, dropping traff and flare, freaking out there. Oh, Looks like Goose got him anyway. Done.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. After I shot the first enemy contact, I said that I was blind on the second one, and then all of a sudden
It
I
blew
had to
up.
engage defensive because something was locking me up. So I started diving and backing away.
Yeah, that was actually great timing. Fortunately, the escort F-16 was on top of that guy because I was just coming out of the dive from the bombing there. And it looks like the only thing left at the time was the SA-2, but chances are it was just out of missiles. So what I'm curious to see now, let me go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. Oh, look at that. Nice tight formation. Nice. Wait, did you lose somebody? Uh-oh. Well, we have to go find out where everybody went.
What?
Apparently we lost somebody. Hang on, let me rewind a little bit here. Where did we lose him? When did that happen? Oh, there he is right there. When did that happen? Okay, hang on. I'm just curious now. Yep, there it is. What
I got
happened?
shot down.
Did he get hit with something? Check it out.
I don't know.
Right here. What happened here? Because he was just tooling around and all of a sudden... Huh? Interesting. I don't know what
Kind of
caused
weird.
that. But maybe he hit himself
Probably
with his own
crashed.
missile, maybe?
Probably, I know.
Whoops. Anyway, let's skip ahead a little bit here. The part that I'm very curious about is... Oh, hey, nice job, Top Gun. What I'm very curious about is when we turned around to leave. At this point, you realize we had like 30 pounds of fuel left, which wasn't too good. So you immediately started heading for the nearest airbase, which was awesome. I'm very curious to see where those F-14s... Oh, check it out. See this guy? There it is. That would be our Phoenix. And I think the Phoenix is the one who found the F-15. Seriously? I don't think the Phoenix would have... Whatever. It happens. Look at this. Oh, ran out of juice. Okay, that was lucky. That was lucky. Let's go take another look at this guy. I bet he sent another one. Yeah, he did. So that must have been what that warning was that you were getting. You must have been picking it up at this distance. Because look what happens here.
Boom.
Oh,
Very
poor
close,
guy.
yeah.
Splattered. How close did the F4s get? Oh, one of them got pretty close. But he's dropping chaff. So what happened here? He turned around. He probably won bingo and said, I'm leaving. Oh, he just ejected two people. Oh, I... Okay. Apparently that's hacks. All right, let's go see what's going on. So the F-14s probably fired the missiles, said, I'm out of gas, and had to fly back to... Does anybody know what's going on over there? Okay, and then the last thing we wanted to check real quickly was, let's see, you landed at about a half an hour after the mission started. Apparently you've decided to bury yourself, but that's okay. And then your buddy, of course, landed. And then I landed... Oh, apparently one of my F-16s crashed. So remember when I was joking about accidents with landing and it's usually my fault?
Yeah.
But and apparently we lost Maverick and we lost Goose. This is terrible.
Oh
Okay, so hopefully you found that informative. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at it in command. All right, here we are over in command. Everything's looking pretty good and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and unpause things right away to kind of get the action going. One immediate difference we're going to have between command and DCS is the fact that here in command, we're actually going to be joining for one combined strike as opposed to splitting it up. So I'm going to go ahead and pause once the action starts. So if you remember in DCS, the F-18s were the first one to go ahead and launch the AIM-120s at the incoming MiG-21s, which is exactly how things kind of went in this case. I'll go ahead and get our 3D view, attack view in just a second. So I'm going to slow down time. We'll go ahead and watch to see if they go in. We can't take shots like that in DCS. It's just actually pretty impressive that we even come close. Go ahead and grab this one. Slow down time a little bit, and I'm pretty confident it's not going to hit. It might. It's pretty much on its last legs there. Survey says... Nice. So that's basically how that went. So far, 1-1, 1-1. I think things are going to get a little more interesting once we get a little bit closer to the target zone. So in this case, a big difference is that the Harriers, just like they did in DCS, arrived a little bit before our seed escort did. So unfortunately, as a result, they're kind of having to deal with these extremely deadly weapons before we're able to get into a range where we can actually engage them. Our F-16, of course, our escorts are in position. Those are our two bomber groups. I would have been this group right here. And of course, we're being escorted here with these two groups of F-16s. And there are the actual Jeffs themselves with their anti-radiation missiles. So I'm hoping they're going to get into range here. Unfortunately, it looks like the Hawks have already started firing, so this is going to get really, really bad really, really quickly. But again, we're hoping that these guys can do something to try to just waste a little bit of time so that those anti-radiation missile carrying aircraft can get into position. So this is a great strategy, actually. They're basically slamming all the missiles into the ground, which works in DCS. It should work here, too. Now, my bigger concern is I know that there are enemy aircraft making their way towards us, some F-5s as well as the F-14s, so hopefully we don't waste too much time here. Alright, those are coming in. Looks pretty good. That's amazing to watch. Alright. Looks like our escorts are starting to get into position. Where are the JF-17s? There they are. Oh, there we go. Nope, those are AMRAAMs. I believe those were the Phantoms. The Phantoms in DCS arrived a lot later than the Phantoms here did. You can already start to kind of see how everything is sort of set up here. So unfortunately, they're going to find themselves in the receiving end much quicker than what had occurred over in DCS. Oh, one of the F4s got hit. Unfortunately, it's about to catch the next one. So what are these? These are the HARMs. Okay, so one other difference between DCS and Command is these anti-radiation missiles are extremely low altitude flyers, and they attacked all of them at once. So that's immediately a big difference. In DCS, it's really, really hard to hit incoming missiles with SAMs. Oh, geez, what's that? I bet you I could predict what those missiles are. There must be an F-14 somewhere over there causing trouble. So another big difference is it looks like in Command, everybody got here sooner than they did in DCS, which is really kind of unfortunate because it's going to make things very tricky for us. I'm actually going to do a manual launch here. Let's use the AKs against them. Could you... Oh, you can't engage those. Interesting. So a very different loadout also in Command versus DCS. I believe it's going to evaporate that Hawk battery. Yep, did a nice job. Meanwhile, our guided weapons are GBU-16s delivered by the AV-8s. I believe these are. Yep, I've already done the deed. Of course, they're about to get a rain of Phoenix missiles. That's going to end poorly. Oh, that wasn't good. Okay, that went okay. Okay, that went okay. That went okay. So of course we have these insanely long-range AMRAAMs. I don't know what happened to the F5s. They ran out of ammo, so they're leaving. A little different. Meanwhile, the Hawk battery is happily firing all afternoon, dropping the next set of GBUs. I believe this was my flight. Nope, that's the other Harrier flight. Where's my flight? You guys aren't leaving, are you? No, they're just getting in good position here. And target destroyed. Done. So at this point, I'll collect everybody and order everybody to come home. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. Basically the same way that happened with us. Go ahead and close this window. I'm pretty sure we can get to safety in time. You can go ahead and head home at this point. Oh, boy. All right, everybody's flying out, heading back home. Let's see how we did for timing once everybody gets on the ground. And stop. Okay, so that took about 45 minutes, which is a little longer than it took us, but at the same time, we'll have to see what the actual losses were. Losses and expenditures. We lost a single Hornet. Interesting. We lost, I think it was about 6 aircraft, if I recall correctly. As far as losses go, they lost both Phantoms. We got both MiGs. We got one of the Phantoms. The F-14s were fine, and we did a lot more damage to their surface-to-air missile batteries. But anyway, that pretty much concludes this video. Sorry it was so long, but at the same time, it's kind of neat to experience things with an extra person. If you like stuff like this, let me know in the comments, and we'll try to put together some more in the future. Enjoy!